Nigga, just step up if you know you got the nuts. For my 9mm, if you can't be bucked. Man, we get tired of these niggas talking shit. So now you're gonna witness the Mafia 3-6.
But amidst the flowers and the children's tributes, flashes of something more sinister.
Депутатів записатись на виступи від фракції.
Groups of armed men strut through the square with dubious iconography. That yellow armband is a Volksangel, a German symbol used by several SS divisions during the Second World War. The people who brought down the government were overwhelmingly ordinary Ukrainians, students and doctors, workers and even families, people who simply refused to back down. But the most organised and perhaps the most effective were a small number of far-right groups. When it came to confrontations with the police, it was often the nationalists who were the loudest and the most violent. A group calling itself the Right Sector is perhaps the largest. Its members can be seen marching around Kiev in columns of about a dozen.
Recently, I made a video about abandoned German Panther tanks in Belgium, and one in particular caught the attention of many viewers, who left comments expressing surprise at an insignia painted on the vehicle's front. This is that tank, and here we see that symbol, the Wolfsangel, an heraldic device used in this case as the divisional symbol, but one that is a more modern usage today in the war in Ukraine. It is the regimental logo of a Ukrainian National Guard unit called the Azov battalion. Dating from the medieval period. Outside observers of this unit since its inception have been concerned by the Azov's use of Nazi World War II symbolism, including the Wolfsangel, the Black Sun and the swastika, which has appeared on members' equipment and regimental insignia.
The letter Z isn't found in the Cyrillic alphabet, used in languages such as Russian and Ukrainian, but that hasn't stopped it from becoming a controversial symbol during the 2022 Russian invasion of Ukraine. The first Zs appeared on Russian tanks and other armored vehicles during the early stages of the invasion. There are many theories behind the Z symbol's meaning, and even when it first appeared. Some sources have listed the first appearance of the Z as February 28, 2022. Others, meanwhile, have reported that Russian vehicles with white Zs painted on them were seen as Russian forces were staging along the Ukrainian border in preparation for the invasion. It's thought that the letter didn't begin as a symbol of support for the war, but instead served the more utilitarian purpose of identifying different military units. Friendly fire was a major concern, because much of the equipment used by both the Russians and Ukraine is similar in appearance, meaning it would be difficult to differentiate between the two from a distance, let alone in the midst of a battle, when smoke and debris could obscure vision. Some of the equipment used by Ukrainian forces is even Russian-made. This wouldn't be anything new, of course, as even as far back as World War II...
In 2014, when the Russians first occupied Crimea, they started to prepare a referendum, so-called referendum, which was illegal from any perspective and illegitimate. The overwhelming majority
country.
Мы будем стремиться к демилитаризации и денацификации Украины.
The irony is that for decades, Putin's own regime has formed strategic alliances with neo-Nazi and ultra-nationalist groups to help achieve Russia's political goals both at home and overseas, which has been cheered on by an aggressive network of Russian nationalists at home and overseas. They've even adopted a logo, the letter Z, as a symbol of Russian militarism, giving the world a chilling vision of militant ultra-nationalism in the 21st century.
Thank you.